A toddler accidentally killed by his own mom. Shockingly, this has happened to the family before.
And the first public hearings are set to start next week in the impeachment inquiry into President Trump, but the televised hearings could help the Democrats in those hearings. A lot more coming up.
And there are only a handful of holidays that people actually get to enjoy off of work. But what about those quirky holidays like National Candy Day or National Monopoly Day? How did these odd holidays even become one in the first place? We're going beyond the headlines to find out. Bright Side at 4:30 starts now.
Well, good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with Brightside on this Thursday morning. I'm Rob Finnerty.
I'm Caitlin Lockerbie. We're going to get you in the know in just a minute. First, though, checking in with Grant this morning to see how our forecast is shaping up. Not too bad out there. Actually, the breeze kind of feels like there's a little cool in the air.
You can feel it coming. We're not there yet.
No, the breeze helps though.
The
breeze will make it feel a little more comfortable, right? We do have a bit of a breeze right now. St. Pete seeing wind speeds there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tampa, not much of a wind, 72 for you out the door. St. Pete's at 76 degrees. Lakeland at 70 degrees this morning. If this wind relaxes completely, we're going to see a lot more fog develop. So where we do have the calmer conditions, we already have some low cloud cover and some fog developing. Visibility down to 1 mile in Zephyr Hills. This was a bigger issue yesterday than I think what we're going to see this morning. The satellite and radar loop shows you nothing else aside from that low cloud cover and fog this morning. At the bus stop, all calm. 72 degrees. Sunrise is at 6:45. We'll see mostly sunny skies ahead today. Temperatures this afternoon are right back into the middle and upper 80s. Some of you might even see 90 on the thermometer later today. But the cold front that I think Caitlin is just waiting for.
Anticipating.
That's right. Arrives tomorrow, and it's just in time for the weekend. We'll show you that weekend forecast a little later on, guys.
All right, Grant, thank you. We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if it's just for a few minutes.
So let's get you in the know, and let's do that right now. This tragic story out of Plant City just had a twist. Yeah,
Hillsborough County deputies are refocusing their investigation into a 2-year-old's death after realizing another child was killed in a very similar way in the same place. Deputies responded to this home in Plant City after getting reports that a toddler had been run over. When they arrived at the house, they found 2-year-old Joshua Bronson with severe injuries after being hit by an SUV that his mom was driving. Deputies say his mother hit him after the SUV apparently stalled, but it turns out that the sheriff's office responded to a very similar call 4 years ago.
Along the same roadway, there was a similar case where a relative was driving with a vehicle and children inside. We're told the door to the minivan was open at the time, and another toddler had fallen out of that vehicle and unfortunately was run over by the van, and that child also passed away.
That child was 2-year-old Isabella Bronson, Joshua's older sister. No charges have been filed yet, but deputies are looking at both cases right now very closely. Their main priority right now is to make sure that those children were being taken care of and that her 2 other kids who are still living at that home are safe. Child Protective Services is now running their own investigation to make sure those 2 kids are safe in that home.
The St. Petersburg Police Department is looking for whoever is vandalizing parking meters in St. Pete. They say someone is using a spray foam to cover the parking meters, and the damage will cost the city thousands. Visitors to the downtown area are shaking their heads over that.
That is a huge expense to the city, and it doesn't make any sense.
It's vandalism at its worst.
Now, this is the 3rd time parking meters have been hit in St. Pete.
All right, take a look at your TV screens, if you would, for me this morning. This is 5-year-old Taylor Williams. She's been missing from her home in Jacksonville for just about 24 hours now. An Amber Alert that you may have gotten on your phones or TVs was issued Wednesday morning. We do have this picture posted on our 10 News Facebook page right now, so please feel free to share that. All right, so here's something that nobody wants to hear as we head into the weekend. It is Friday Eve right now. Red tide is back in Sarasota County. Medium to high concentration levels were found off the coast. There have also been reports of dead fish and people having respiratory problems to our south. Wednesday's map also showed low levels off Pinellas County, but nothing on the beaches yet. We are expecting another update from FWC on Friday afternoon.
Could Florida be the next state to legalize recreational marijuana? A political committee is trying to make that happen. The Make It Legal Florida group has gathered more than 57,000 signatures to get the proposed amendment on the 2020 ballot. If approved by voters, it would allow adults 21 and older to possess, use, purchase, display, and transport up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana for personal use for any reason. Now, the group still needs another 709,000 signatures by the February ballot deadline. For the 28th consecutive year, Cuba has asked the UN to remove the U.S. economic sanctions. The resolution passed last year, but this year the delegation says the U.S. is pressuring other Latin American countries to say no. The Trump administration has been slowly strengthening the embargo to undo the opening of Cuba under the Obama administration.
All right, to politics early on this Thursday morning. The first public hearings of the impeachment inquiry have been scheduled. Next Wednesday and Friday, 3 U.S. diplomats will answer questions about President Trump's relationship with Ukraine, something we've all been waiting for. Bill Taylor, the acting U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, will testify first on Wednesday. So will Deputy Assistant Secretary of State George Kent. And on Friday, former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yoyanovich will appear. They have all given depositions behind closed doors. Republicans have not had access to those depositions. At a rally on Wednesday night in Louisiana, President Trump called this whole inquiry illegal. And today, former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is expected to announce he is running for his old Senate seat in the state of Alabama. The move comes a year to the day after President Trump forced Sessions out of his job heading the Justice Department.
Federal authorities have charged 2 former Twitter employees with spying on some 6,000 accounts for Saudi Arabia. It's believed to be the first time that the U.S. government has publicly accused the kingdom of spying in the U.S.
All right, how about this? Another opportunity to look at your TV screens, but this right here is a little bit happier, a little bit more cheerful, I guess. The U.S. Capitol Christmas tree is now on its way to Washington, D.C. The 60-foot tall blue spruce, they typically go for a blue spruce. It was cut down at a New Mexico farm. A tree farm there, and you wouldn't think New Mexico, but New Mexico is very mountainous. Actually, Santa Fe is the highest U.S. capital by elevation in the U.S. It's going to take about 2 days and 2.5 weeks for it to get out of the farm and then make its way to D.C., 2 weeks from D.C. by truck. So it's going to take a while. But it'll make a stop in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Tennessee, and Virginia along the way. Starting on Monday, you're going to be able to track where the Capitol tree is online, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, holidays around the corner. Can you believe it? Well, of the top 10 most popular cities to use Airbnb, most of those cities right here in Florida. That's according to Fidelity National Financial Company. Now, it ranked the list by the most Airbnb listings per capita. Orlando came in at number 10. A lot of people going to Disney. Fort Lauderdale at number 9. Miami placed 7th. Daytona Beach at 5th. And the city of Sarasota placed 3rd. Kissimmee placed 2nd. Miami Beach took the top spot with more than 3,400 listings per 50,000 people.
Okay, look at that list right. Florida.
It's the place to be, right?
Totally.
Well, Hollywood, Miramar, St. Pete, and Bradenton made the list for the top 30 locations.
No surprise there. Airbnb also plans to verify all of their listings by next December. This is pretty cool. The company is working to improve trust with its users as it eyes a possible initial public offering. They want to go public, so we'll keep an eye out for that. IPO. All renters are now going to be checked for accuracy of photos, quality, and other details, meaning if you post a picture, it's got to actually be a picture from the place you're trying to rent out. Airbnb is also going to offer, get this, a 24-hour hotline to deal with problems.
All right, couples, lawmakers here in Florida are looking to give marriages an extra setup for success. For this, check this out. There's a proposal that would require engaged couples to read the Guide to Healthy Marriage. A state senator filed the bill this week and even called for an education for marriage committee to be made within the Department of Children and Families. Now, if this passes, couples would have to read the guide before getting a marriage license.
Seems somewhat subjective, but I guess to each his own. We'll see if that makes its way through the House. Yeah. Hey, it is a Thursday morning. It is November the 7th, currently 4:39 a.m. But did you know that it is also Hug a Bear Day? Today is also National Canine Lymphoma Awareness Day and National Men Make Dinner Day.
Ooh, Rob.
Grant? Yes, sir. Right? You got to start thinking about that menu for tonight. Sure, you already have, right? We always go leftovers Thursday. I think you guys do something similar Thursdays.
I don't even know.
No?
I got to get through the morning.
It's coming up
first.
on 4:30, so we're going to get you through this story
Right.
first, so you got some time. But pretty much every single day of the year now has at least a half dozen so-called holidays. So that got us thinking here on Brightside this morning. So we are going beyond the headline to see how you actually go about making a new holiday. Well, these days it seems like there's a holiday for just about anything, like National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. National Chicken Boy Day, or National Hug a News Person's Day. They all might sound a little silly, but someone had a reason for creating it. So the question is why? A lot comes down to advertising and sales, making money. Companies, brands, organizations, even nonprofits create holidays to align with products and services. But you as an individual can do it too. First, you need an idea and a reason. Is it to commemorate someone or something? Do you want to sell something or bring attention to your business? Or are you trying to raise awareness about a cause? Or is it simply just for fun? Next, you've got to register it on a website like National Day Calendar or Chase's Calendar of Events, which also publishes a physical book of holidays each year because they're always adding more. Basically as simple as that. So what's your idea for a holiday? Maybe National Spend Time with Your Kids Day? Or how about National Sit on the Beach Day? Or how about we just make the day after the Super Bowl a national holiday? Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I'd sign that.
Or have it on a Saturday. You guys have any ideas for a national holiday?
Well, I know
Nap
one that
Day.
everybody should know, and that's February 5th.
February 5th.
That's come on, you know.
Day after the Super Bowl?
It's National Weather Person's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, and they already.
Yeah, so
you
Hug
guys
a Weather
get all
Person
the
Day.
Right, all that stuff.
Do
Yeah,
they
it's
usually
like,
bring you ice cream?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have any special
I don't know that I've ever gotten
major
ice
international
cream on
Hug a Newscaster Day?
Yeah.
That's like every day,
Is there?
right?
Oh.
We have Hug a
producers?
Newscaster.
Yeah, you guys deserve a hug
High
every
five a
day.
Newscaster. Oh, you were right there in the middle.
Oh,
All right.
I like this. Very genial this morning.
All right, hospital grades are out in some of our local facilities. Well, didn't fare so hot.
Watching the cloud deck drop from around 400 or 500 feet in downtown Tampa to what will eventually be right on the ground. I think we're going to have some visibility issues at Tampa International this morning. But you can see this is the view from Armature Works looking to the south, looking at downtown Tampa. That cloud deck right at the tops of the building. So let's go to our camera in Tampa. You can see, look at this right there. You can see the clouds passing through. In fact, you'll be able to see above the clouds. Yesterday morning, the cloud deck was right at camera level. We could see the sunrise coming up over that low cloud deck and that fog yesterday morning. Hopefully we get that again this morning because it was a cool shot yesterday. Temperatures at 72 right now in Tampa, dew point at 70. So not quite as humid. I mean, we're splitting hairs here, but it's still relatively humid. That relative humidity is up there at 93%. So we're working with a similar atmosphere to what we had yesterday morning. Checking the visibility map here with the fog. Eastern Pasco County, you've got the worst visibility as of right now, 1.5 mile visibility, but I expect everybody from Tampa over to Plant City, Temple Terrace, even Lakeland to start to see a little bit more fog here within the next couple of hours. So we'll track that through around 9 o'clock and things begin to improve after that. Temperatures low mid 70s around the area. Like I said, a very similar start to the day that we had yesterday morning. Up above that low cloud cover and that fog, we're finding mostly clear conditions. So plan on plenty of sunshine across the area today. A small chance for an afternoon shower. This rain currently moving through the Midwestern states back into the southern plains. That's associated with a cold front. We won't see as much rain by the time the front arrives, but it will bring us at least a chance for a couple of scattered showers as we go through the day tomorrow. Today, just a 10% chance for an isolated sprinkle through the afternoon. I think overall a great day. Just a little on the warmer side. And I say that because our normal high temperature is 80. I think we peak around 87 or 88 degrees this afternoon. As we go into the overnight hours, we'll keep the cloud cover around, maybe even a sprinkle out there early tomorrow morning for you for the morning commute. Right now, looks like the model suggesting that would be more likely closer to the Gulf. Now, through the day tomorrow, that cold front arrives. See, not as much rain associated with that cold front, but still at least a 30% chance for some scattered showers as the front moves through. By around 5, 6, and 7 o'clock, you'll start to feel the winds pick up. That's the cold front moving through and the cooler air beginning to arrive. As we go through Friday night into Saturday morning, temperatures drop into the mid-60s. Now, there still could be a lingering isolated shower to start the day on Saturday. I think generally, though, clearing conditions throughout the day on Saturday. By Sunday morning, temperatures drop into the upper 50s with high temperatures Sunday afternoon, probably there in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. This high pressure system is going to bring us a beautiful weekend, aside from maybe that early morning shower on Saturday. I think you'll have to be up real early on Saturday to get that rain. Just a 10% chance for a shower on Saturday. Sunday looks great as well with plenty of sunshine. And look what happens in the middle of next week. Low temperatures drop into the mid, if not lower 50s. Some places could be pretty chilly toward the middle of next week. That is quite a ways away, though. Still getting through the weekend. Good looking stuff. Just a small chance of rain tomorrow, and then we'll see another chance of rain coming with that next cold front next Tuesday.
All right, now to some stories that are good to know, especially when it comes to your health. Another reminder why you need to get plenty of sleep. And this one is really for me too. A new study says lack of sleep can increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. The study in the journal Neurology looked at nearly 500,000 people in China and found people who had trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, waking too early, or lacking focus because of poor sleep. Well, they were 18% more likely to develop diseases of the brain and blood vessels and the heart. Speaking of health here, the Leapfrog group just released the fall hospital grades, and a handful of hospitals in the Bay Area did not do so well. St. Anthony's Hospital, Meese Dunedin Hospital, Morton Plant Hospital, Morton Plant North Bay Hospital, Bartow Regional Medical Center all got Ds. Leapfrog based the grading on patient safety, preventable errors, accidents, injuries, and infections. If you want to see which hospitals got A's, you can log on to our website, WTSP.com, for all of the details.
All right, whether you are a homemaker, a store owner, or you're just working for the weekend, money matters each and every day, and reminding your business bright and early on Brightside on this Thursday morning. If you use Apple Cash or Venmo, scammers, they're after you. Many of the services don't protect you the same way that your credit cards do. Digital payment services work like cash. They're unregulated for the most part, so protection services will come online as soon as Congress gets involved. Experts say consumers usually don't know what's protected. They say if you're using these services to pay strangers, you should look into what protections cover you. And you should also look at that stranger's ranking. All right, look at your screens again. Ho, yeah. All right, it's the holiday season. Here we go. Jingle bells. Jingle bells. I'm not singing that song. I'm just saying jingle bells. If you like holiday spirit, Starbucks has got the new holiday drinks. They're back starting today. We should go, Caitlin. Grant Jabari. I don't know where he is. The coffee chain has unveiled their official seasonal cup. Starbucks is also offering free refills. Nope. Free reusable holiday cups if you order a holiday drink today. And if you bring it back to any Starbucks location throughout the holiday season for a coffee refill. And if it's after 2 p.m., the company says you'll get 50 cents off a grande holiday drink.
Peppermint mocha.
Yeah?
Coming to a store near you.
First time I read that, I said grand.
A grande.
Way back years ago.
A grande.
It's a grande.
I always have to remind myself too.
Yep.
You know, like what size? I don't know.
Medium.
A decades-old children's classic getting a 2019 update.
Well, good morning. Thanks for watching us here on Brightside. You've almost made it to the weekend.
And if you love a good happy hour and cheese, yes, check. Yes, cheese. Listen up to this weekend, or this week's Food for Thought. 10 News foodie Candace Aviles goes to Haven in Tampa with a one-of-a-kind cheese selection.
Yes, happy hour too.
When people ask me if I'm obsessed with cheese, I'm like, we literally have a glass room of cheese in our dining room.
A glass room of cheese and an impressive selection of whiskey makes Haven in Tampa a must-try.
Sometimes we have 120 cheeses in the house and 60 on the menu, but we have a really massive cheese collection and a very large whiskey portfolio that's something that's a little bit different from other restaurants.
But you'll find so much more on this chef's menu.
I'm Chad Johnson, executive chef at Haven here in Tampa, and this is kind of an example of our cheese and charcuterie board.
If you're craving more hearty dishes.
So this is our grilled octopus. Our menu changes constantly, but this has kind of become one of our standards. This is our dry-aged New York strip. And lastly, this is one of our more popular desserts. This is our dos leches.
All in all, there's something for everyone at Haven.
You'll see everything from plays on traditional French food to Italian food to combinations that are completely our own unique. Like the only guiding principles we have is that it has to be something that we're proud of and something that we want to eat.
Besides the food, the ambiance in Haven is awesome. The decor and energy are on point.
When you remember your most memorable meals, it's not necessarily what you ate, it's the experience. And I think we've done a really good job of creating an environment for people to come and have dinner with their friends and their family. And somewhere, like I said, you can get a high quality meal, but without feeling like you have to, put on a 3-piece suit in your finest dress.
All right, beautiful people, good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Here is The Buzz. I'm Jabari Thomas. Release Your Inner Child. The official trailer for Wendy is out. Yeah, the upcoming fantasy drama takes the classic story of Peter Pan and focuses on Wendy. And this is set to release in February 2020. And also, the Nigerian film Lionheart has been disqualified from the Oscars because it's mostly in English, the country's official language. So it was submitted for Best International Feature Film, but in the category, the rules state, most of the dialogue must be in a language other than English. So there you go. So there's a lot of talk about the rules that they can and cannot change at the Oscars.
That's kind of lame. A lot of countries that are not America have a native language that's
of English
as well.
Yeah.
Keep it here.
We'll be right back.
He's back.
See you at 5.